Do you have anything to say about what you're really trying to accomplish here?
I want the world to know the truth.
Okay.
About Frogman.
Alright, film in the woods. What is it?
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars and welcome to another found footage review. Today I'm taking a look at a 2023 found footage film, Frogman. The film is co-written and directed by Anthony Cousins and it stars Nathan Timoshuk. We have Benny Barrett, Sonia Bushek, Ali Daniels and Chelsea Grant. Right, okay, the film focuses on a character called Dallas. Now, when he was a boy, he went on like a vacation with his family, and he had an old camcorder sort of thing, filming everything. And this one day, while he was vacationing when he was a youngster, he captures something in the bushes that looks like a frogman, a huge frog with the shape of a man sort of thing. And this footage kind of does the rounds for many, many years. A lot of people debunk it, don't think it's real, so on and so forth. So when he grows up, Dallas, he is determined to head on back to that location and find evidence of the frogman to prove everybody wrong. So he heads off with two of his friends with a camcorder to kind of film everything. He gets there, interviews the locals, goes out in the hope of finding the frogman. What he actually finds is something really, really terrifying. And it really then becomes a fight for survival. Right, what are my thoughts on Frogman? Well, another found footage film that I haven't seen. I'm on a bit of a roll these days. I've heard some pretty good things about this one. So this is one that I've kind of had on my watch list. So I knew a little bit about this one. And as found footage films go, this is, it's a pretty decent thumbs up from my perspective. It's not like an instant classic or anything like that. It does a lot of things right for a found footage film, and for those of you like me who enjoy found footage, you've got a reason to film. You've got this documentary style thing going off. You've got a central character that's determined, won't kind of stop. So it feels familiar in a lot of ways to some of the more classic found footage films. You know what I mean? Like Blair Witch, for example. I don't mean like they're looking for the same things, but in Blair Witch you had Heather, who was just so determined she wouldn't stop, and she just kept pushing forward, and it kind of led them to their doom, really. Well, this Dallas character is very much the same. He's on this obsessive journey to prove everyone wrong. He doesn't want to be seen as a fraud. He wants to prove that this frogman creature actually exists. So it's self-obsession, really. So it follows a familiar pattern in some of the other found footage films that you've seen, where you've got these really determined central characters. But while this Dallas character is fairly memorable sort of thing, the other two that go on the trip, I felt kind of faded into the background quite a lot, and I didn't really feel much of a connection to those two characters, which is a bit of a shame. I always enjoy found footage more when I kind of am really invested in the characters in the film, all the characters in the film. So it's a little bit weaker in that area, but not terribly so, or really in any drastic way or anything. It felt real in a sense of the characters felt real. The people who were interviewing all felt real. They all felt like genuine, real people, not actors or anything like that. So this film, like a good 3/4 of it, is so far so good, ticking all the boxes for found footage. And then the last act of the film is absolutely bonkers. And I'm not convinced it's all in a good way either. It goes a bit batshit crazy at the end. We get cults, we get frogmen aplenty. You see a little bit too much of the frogman, arguably. You get people mutating. Literally, the last act of this film is what the hell am I watching kind of thing. You know what I mean? The mystery isn't just revealed, it is literally machine gunned at you as to what's actually going on. You get everything thrown at you in this final act. And now I do like that generally in found footage films, where the last act is a wild ride and you're on the edge of your seat. And there are elements of that here, but there are also elements of, really? There's that kind of stuff going on as well. I think they kind of maybe did a bit too much with the finale. For me, anyway, I think they did go a little bit too far by the end. But it was certainly entertaining. And again, it reminded me of so many found footage films that I've seen before. Like it's almost like they took the finale of 2, 3, 4 different found footage films and threw them all in this, to give you the finale of this film. But it gives you a solid conclusion to the film. You get an ending to the film that not necessarily makes sense. I mean, I kind of left things with more questions than answers, but that's not always a bad thing, I suppose. So, I mean, the whole concept of this one, looking for this kind of frogman in the wilderness, it sounds bizarre in many, many ways, and it is bizarre in many, many ways, but it's I don't know, quite a unique found footage film in a way. It's very, very hard to make a found footage film stand out in this huge crowd of found footage films that we all like to watch and enjoy. There's many, many bang average ones, there's many, many poor ones, and there's those that try and push the envelope, there's those that try and do something a little bit different, and this is one of those that does try to do that. It probably tries a little bit too much. It throws everything at the wall, and not all of it sticks, but I appreciate the ambition and the effort that went in to try and make this one memorable, I suppose. So I'm still going to give it a solid 7 out of 10 because I did enjoy it, but this just kind of fell short of being like, wow, it didn't kind of give me the goosebumps sometimes that I really look in a found footage film for me to kind of go above a 7 out of 10. Sometimes a found footage film, I need to have that, hair on the back of my neck standing up and the goosebump moments here and there. And I'd never really got that, particularly with this one, but it's still a solid found footage film, all that being said. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the review. I will, of course, be back with plenty more content on the channel very, very soon.